Hello everybody and welcome to another episode of Kerbacide, where we kill Kerbals because they get in the way. Sometimes they get in the way of an engine, sometimes they get in the way of a ship crashing properly. Those Kerbals, we can't do anything properly with them. But we are continuing today with our Kerbacide. We are building our Eve craft. And with our Eve craft, we're doing the last sort of part of it, which is putting rocket launchers, or not rocket launchers, putting the fuel tanks onto the actual booster of it so that I can get to Eve. Things are getting close. Now, yesterday we were launching the booster and crashed. The whole computer crashed. So we have to do that launch again. It's going to be interesting. It's going to be interesting what's going to happen. So let's see what we've got with the Kerbals. Let's see what we're in at the moment. We were going to launch this huge, massive craft. I mean, these are 10-meter tanks. We've got 3 of these. Now, the current thing takes 6 fuel tanks like this. So we might have to do 2 launches. And probably a 3rd launch just to provide some extra fuel. All this has been balanced and stuff like that, so these should be able to dock well. You never know what's going to happen in Kerbal, do you? Just don't know. But now, why is that thing? Alright, so this is the craft we're launching. It should have all the Delta V's to get there, barely. Let's find out where we are actually going to. So let's have a look. Unfortunately today I am not on YouTube at the moment. I'm just on Twitch because for some odd reason my connection to Singapore seems to be really flaky. We're going to set this as the target. Now, we want to launch this when this guy is over there so that I can actually catch up with it properly. Yeah, at the moment, my connection to Twitch is pretty flaky through the Singapore thing, and that includes going through Restream, which has its servers in Singapore. Currently, I am going through the Twitch Hong Kong. So let me know if anybody's getting any sort of issues, and see what we can do. Right, so here we've got a target coming around. Now, yeah, so we want to try and get this sort of really done today. We want to get these things all up and running today so that we can get our Kerbals on the way to Eve. So there we go. Okay, so we are going to just save this. Saving. We are max throttling. And we are ready to launch. Alright, so if you've got headphones on, take them off. It's going to be noisy. That looks pretty. So we get up to 60, we do the tilt. I am going to turn on the overlay. And hopefully gravity will do the rest now. It's a cloudy day today in Kerbal. This craft had 3,300 Delta V's, so we're not sure how well that's going to actually work. We have to do a kind of perfect launch in order to get this up. So far it's good. Just a fraction more. And we're not having any aerodynamic issues. We're getting speed. Alright, so what I'm going to do is I'm going to turn this off. Slowly out of that. Okay, that's a problem. That is a definite problem with this craft. Hey, Grizz! Alright, so we have got an issue with this craft. We need to get those things away from the craft. So we thought we could get away with not using boosters, but we're going to have to. We're going to have to use boosters. Okay, so while we're up here, let's have a look and see if this will actually destroy things. Decouple. Oh. Decouple. Okay, so that doesn't destroy anything. Okay, so it's kind of, yeah, so you see that's absolutely destroyed. So we start it with a bang. Good, you can go now. Alright, so we pretty much started this with a bang. You can see all that debris is going to rise up and fall down there. Yeah, correct. It is not the way it's supposed to work. It is definitely not the way it's supposed to work. But what can you do? Let's just look here, something. Right. Okay, so we are going to revert this back to the, I would say, oh, we can't revert it. Okay. Interesting. Right, so this is only cash. Everything's going to fall down now. See, look at everything falling down. Sure, lots of explosions happening soon. Oh, actually, they're not going fast enough to explode. Submarine! Oh, it's moving us to other parts of it. Okay, so where you go? Alright, so you see other parts falling down. Okay, so everything is in the ocean. Basically what we're doing is we're providing the fish with habitats to live in. We are providing habitats for the fish. Well, it's not whether it's supposed to work like that or not. This is the way Kerbal works in my game. Alright, so, and there, look, there's the other piece falling down there. Any other debris falling? Nope, nope. Okay, so now can we go back to this? Ah, there we go. Back to the Space Center. Alright, so we've got to fix it up. Oh, one of the things I did add on, another mod I did add on, is you've probably seen this little button up here. This is an autosave thing. Automatic save settings. So if I press Control 5, it will save, it will take every 10 minutes. Okay, so if I take Control F5, autosave on at game start. So if I control F5. Okay, so every 10 minutes now, this should autosave, which is good. It means that as we do our missions and stuff like that, I've always been forgetting to autosave or to F5 for safety. Hopefully this should solve that problem. It's a little mod that Jepsy told me yesterday about. I did not know what it was. Where was that? In case anybody's interested, this is that mod. And that gives me that kind of autosave, or also auto screenshot, which I'm not interested in. But the autosave part is pretty important. Remember yesterday how we went all the way back? We went like back an hour. It was painful. So alright, let's see now. We've got this. What's the Eve booster? Which one was this called? Eve side boosters. There you go. Eve side. Eve side boosters 2. Well, Lucy, what I tend to do is I use a program called Ccan to get my mods. It installs it, it keeps the stuff up to date and things like that. Here it is. Now, a lot of people don't like Ccan. I like it. I like it. It's kind of, it's a one-stop thing. Curse is apparently the official place to have mods, but a lot of people don't like using Curse. Curse is a curse to use with all the adverts and crap like that. It's just not a fun thing to use at all. Right now, I'm thinking, but I don't want to maneuver with this big ass engine. You know what I'm thinking of doing? Thinking of doing this. Maybe having a smaller engine to, you know, get us into position. Let's do a, wow, look how small that could. That's a lot of torque. Give this one batteries as well, because why not? Why not give him really big batteries? Look how small everything is. This is hilariously. This thing is actually hilariously big. And if I do probably too big. And I have Kerbals, I want to play it, but I really don't want to watch YouTube tutorial videos. Oh, right. Well, Lucy Lulu, what's I mean, I can help you. No, what are the questions that you've got? Are you trying to figure out how to go to orbit? How to? Yeah, I'm happy to help you with any of that. Just ask your questions, and I will show you the answer. It's how to work things out. Okay. This on Kerbin. How is that even possible? How is this even possible to do this? Oh, that's why. That's why. 525, there you go, that's better. I was like wondering how that was even going to work. Yeah, you know, I could show you what the things are to what you need to look at when you're building a rocket. I highly recommend getting something called Kerbal Engineer. That is kind of a #1 mod in my books that you sort of almost need to play Kerbal properly. Or not properly, I mean that you need to try and figure out the stuff. So yeah, I would definitely recommend that. And so, where's this one? That there, and I put that there. 3, 4. Okay, that's enough. That's enough to definitely get us to orbit and stay there. A bit slow on the takeoff. That's all right. #1 mod, MechJib. Yeah, the problem is, I mean, MechJib. I've got nothing against people using MechJib. I know a lot of the community, the Kerbal community, are like very, very anti-MechJib. But like Neo Acario said, MechJib, yeah, it does everything for you. You know, it you can get it to do the launches, you can get it to do the docking, you can get it to do the landings. It literally does all that stuff for you. Which, I mean, has its good points and its bad points. But problem is people rely on MechJib to do everything for them and they don't learn the basics. For me, I learned the basics and then I played with MechJib. But MechJib is also, it's also pretty good. Like I said, you see what it does, you watch what it does, and then you learn to, you know, to work with that. Right, so Sepratron. Are these all in the right place? They are. Lovely. No, Lucy Lulu, the, oh, you've lost sound? Okay, is anybody else having a sound problem? Because it seems to be alright. Let me just have a look. Okay, no, the sound seems to be alright. I'm back, I must... Okay, the thing about MechJib is MechJib is a great one to learn from example. You know, you watch what MechJib does when it does its takeoffs, you watch what it does when it does its docking, you watch what it does when it does its landing, and things like that. So it's a good one to watch that way and to learn from that. But once you actually understand it, I actually find it, to be honest, I find it quicker to do it without MechJib. I've got more control, and that's, you know, and that's important. Now, Kerbal Engineer and MechJib, they will both give you all the stats, but MechJib has got a whole automated thing with it. Kerbal Engineer doesn't. Kerbal Engineer is just stats. Like if I look at my HUD over here, I've got my HUD all set up. It tells me, you know, what my total delta V is, the current stage is delta V, the thrust to weight ratio. You can see this one is kind of low at the moment. The upper axis height, periapsis height, all this information that I need. This is the other part that I actually want to get rid of because I don't take that away. Not right, kind of not needed. All right, so So what we're going to do is we are going to set this as the target. We are going to wait until it comes to about over here. Oh, and hi, Liberty. How are you doing? Yeah, but but especially when you're building rockets, I find Kerbal Engineer is just fantastic. It is so helpful. I really feel sorry for the console players who don't have it. Alright, so let's do this. We're gonna F5 it. Or quick saving, there we go. And look at this rocket. Much slower to take off now, but as you can see, as it's using its fuel, the thrust to weight ratio is increasing. Oh, you see, I haven't even played 1.2 yet. 1.2 I haven't even played. You know, I'm waiting for it to be finished and my mods to be available. Yeah. It's strange, but I definitely enjoy playing KSP with mods. Right, so far it's looking good. So far we are looking good. We want to try get this moved to about 10 to 15 kilometer height when we get to this 45 degree. And look at that, it's right on target. And this usually says we are having a good launch. This usually means it's a good launch. Alright, so now let's see what happens. And look how pretty. Look how pretty that was. Alright, so those guys are all gone. We are continuing up. We are heading to 56, 57. So we want to get this. Now the other way to do it without kind of Kerbal Engineer is to do that. What you'd have to do is you'd have to press M. You would go over here, click on the upper axis to see, you know, to see what is rising, and you'd work it out like that. Yeah, wait until it gets to like 100. But as you can see, it's much easier just to have the panel right here and do it this way. And look at this, our speed is actually going very well. This is actually a very, very nice launch. And 100. Okay, there we go, we hit 100. So what we're going to do is we're going to add a maneuver over there on. Now this is precise maneuver, which helps you do your maneuvers a little bit better. And once it's there, you would normally pull this out to get this, you know, prograde to kind of get it in line with the other one. And you see we're a little bit kind of off, so you'll do things like other way, bring that down there, and that looks like a perfect orbit. So only 745 delta V, and now that we've done that maneuver, it's got this guy. In fact, let me actually just turn on RCS. That should get it in time. Now it says it's going to take a 47-second burn. However, if you look at Kerbal Engineer, it says a 59.9 second burn. Why is there a difference? Kerbal Engineer accounts for the staging. So if you look at my craft, if you look at my craft, this is one stage, this is the next stage. Kerbacide knows that this fuel will only burn for a certain amount of time, then you need to switch stages. The normal thing doesn't know this. Also, Kerbal Engineer detects things like 25 seconds. Kerbal Engineer detects stuff like as you burn in fuel, your mass is decreasing, and that's going to change the burn time. The one thing that remains the same is the amount of delta V that you need to use. So there's no change over there. But as you can see, as this is burning, it changes. Now, all of a sudden, look at this. This has changed again. Because now it says this engine isn't as powerful as the other engine. But it's lost a lot of weight as well. So that's where the Kerbal Engineer gets the advantage. And we haven't killed any Kerbals for a while now, so things are going well. Then again, we've been doing everything with remote nodes. Now this is going to be really, really interesting with 1.2 and the Comnet, which is similar to the remote tank. Oops, shit! Hit the wrong button, I didn't stop it in time. Not a problem, all it did is it just did a little bit of an overburn. Alright, so let's see what our situation is. Alright, so this is us. This is the Eve habitat. Right, so we're ahead of it. So what we need to do is we need to get behind it. And how do we do that? We put ourselves into a higher orbit. And there you go, that's 113. Because we forgot to stop burning. That's 130. We forgot to stop burning. So this, every time we do a orbit, we will go into a higher orbit. So we're going to a we will travel more distance, so this thing would actually catch up to us. So let's have a look. Let's actually look at this in action. 85 kilometers apart. As we're going, it's hardly changing because that orbit is slightly, but as we get into a higher orbit, look at that's changing. 75. See, look at that. Yeah, it's catching up with us. Now we obviously don't want to. See, now it's there. So now what I'm going to do is I'm actually going to slow down. I want to slow down the I want to change the orbit so it's not as far up. Still need, we probably might need to do another rotation. And if it's like that, then this thing is going to get way ahead of us, which we do not want to do. So, you see, look at that. That's at 113. But do just a little bit of a burn, dropping. It 99, so it's a little bit below, and that's 105. Okay, so that's dropped it a bit. If we go back to here, we look at this craft, and so it's moving ahead slightly. Okay, now it's catching up again. 16, 12, 10, Okay, 7 kilometers apart. Right, so now we can actually, I would say that's close enough. Now we can start moving our way towards that craft. And in order to do that, what you do is you make sure that this is on target. And what we're going to do is we are going to go to the target retrograde. That means we are slowing down relative to the target. And we're just moving on to there. And you see that the speed to the target, the difference of the speeds is 60 meters per second. Now, what you also want to do is you want to burn this a little bit to the right so it pushes it towards the target. You want to burn towards the target. Now, so you're slowing down at the target. All right, there we go, down to like 0.6. All right, that's good enough. But now that we've got kind of it way slowed down, we want to start moving towards that target itself. So we move this around, go to the actual target, which is the pink circle with a dot in the center. That's moving towards the target. The other one is moving away from the target. And now what I'm doing also is I just do a quick time warp, and that slows and that changes the rotation of the ship. So there you go. You see, we're pulling that prograde marker. But what we're doing is we want to pull the prograde marker onto that target, meaning that we are moving towards the target itself. Now, yeah, you get a little bit of a speed. I've got the engine and I've got the power to. Oh, I've only got 34. Okay, I have to be careful about this. So now go prograde. 34 meters per second in that big engine. So what I want to do is I want to get myself really close, and then I stop that. I've got the other engine, so it shouldn't be too much of an issue. And the other ones would definitely be easier to control. Now what you can see what's happening is these are slowly getting closer to each other. 4.6. Gotta speed it up a bit. 4.2, 4. And they're slowly coming together. But what's happening over there is that is a slight deviation. Which is bound to happen because of the curve of the planet. Right, now when it gets to 2.25 or 2.25, 2250, it's actually going to load the other craft. That means you're in kind of the right distance to it. I mean, we're still kind of going towards it, which is fine. So far, there's no issues. So what I also want to do is I want to move a little bit to the right of this. So when I slow down towards the target. There you go, 250. You can see the whole game pauses because it is going towards that. And we are just getting closer and closer to it. I don't want to have this move too far away from that. What I might just do, just give it a little burn. It slows it down, but it brings that right over there. Again, we're 2 kilometers from it. Still moving towards it though. You can see these guys are kind of... Separation is changing the whole time. Between 1.9 and... But now it's almost out of kind of feel on that stage. What I'm thinking of doing is just stopping it completely over there. We are kind of 0.05 to there. It's kind of at a 0 distance. Now we got 21 meters. I think what we're going to do is we're going to leave this kind of in orbit there, and we're going to separate the parts and send each part towards it now. That is going to be the best way to do it, I think. So let's see if this works. Alright, so what we're going to do is give it a 5, and hopefully this won't break. So decouple. Excellent. Now, we don't want to be that part there. We want this part. Okay, so now with this part, the batteries. Wow, it used all the batteries. I've got no control over this. And that's why we F5'd. Unbelievable. All the battery power got used. It used all the battery power from these small ones, not the big ones. Okay, so take this. And we are going to right click up there and out. There you go. So we're filling up two of the batteries over there, just so it's got a little bit of power. Need a tiny bit of power. Oh, I've got the no, I've got solar powers, but I didn't have the battery power to actually control the solars. So, for example, like this. Okay, so what I can... Oh, crap! Shit! I pressed kind of shift. I pressed shift by mistake. How annoying is that? Okay. Right, so what I'm going to do is Alt. There. And I'm going to do Alt. That. It should be filling those out. Is it not filling those? There, 1, 2, 3. Out. Really? There we go. Yeah. Okay, so if I that's what I'm good. That's what I need to do. That's a take. It's a take off SAS, for example. There we go. Okay, there. I've taken off SAS, and right, and there we go. Now, a little trick. What you do, you disable those batteries. You take one battery and you disable it. That means you can pump power into it, but it won't actually use the power from those batteries unless you you sort of unlock it. And what that means is you normally have, I tend to have this, I'll do sometimes, is you have a very, very small battery on my craft that is always disabled like that. So if something happens and you run out of power and you can't like sort of shift your ship into a place where you can get, yeah, you can pump power into it, but it won't, the ship won't use it. In 1.3, no, this is 1.13. You could definitely pump power into batteries. Unless it's one of the mods that allow it. But no, this looks like the standard thing. Okay, so there we go. Now you should be able to alt click on something that's got power and something that's empty, or something, or anything. It's like even like fuel. Same thing, right click. You know, and then I can just hit out in the fuel there. Right, so there it is. Okay, so what we're going to do is our first step is we are going to decouple this one. I forgot to F5 it. Okay, so there we go. Right, now look at this. Alright, so let's just F5 this one. So look at this. Now, I want to get more power to this thing. So what I do is, where is it? I open these. So it's retracted. I've got no power to get it. So, if I right click on this and I unlock this now. Really? You're not going to let me unlock this battery? What the hell? Now it's not letting me do that. This is not good. Electric charge. Why is it not letting me unlock this power now? Oh, there. So the fuel is going. Alright, now all I need to do, there you go. Finally I can extend. Okay, that's a bit of a pain. Extend. Okay, so whew. Unlock. Ah, now I can unlock. I couldn't unlock it with no power. That is annoying. Okay, so now I've got at least I've got the solar panels, so it is getting more power. But without any power, you can't sort of control your craft. Right, so what I'm going to do now is I'm going to hit control from here. I'm going to... And... our target would be the Eve habitat. And it's 1 kilometer, 1.9 away. So it's the same thing. We're just going to now use this craft instead. And we're going to get towards the Eve habitat. That was bizarre. I don't know why I didn't do that power thing. Oh, turn on RCS. We are getting closer to it. So let's see. Oops. I need to activate these engines. Activate the engine. Okay. Again, I'm getting kind of close to it. And we move onto that target. Probably a little bit too fast. Let's move on to retrograde. Okay, it's decided to not move at all. This thing is a pain in the ass to control. These big tanks. Oh, I'm getting too fast. Too fast. Crap, 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 crap. Stop, stop. Want to now push that over there. Wow. Okay, so that was a bit scary. Still moving towards it at 350 meters away. Yeah, now because of this so much stuff there, the physics lag is real. That's why it's in yellow. Okay, so it's still kind of moving towards. Huh, I can't actually do that. Interesting. And it's getting closer to it. Alright, so let's see what happens. I mean, we're trying to do 3 at a time. Normally I'll send up 1 at a time, so it's... And again, we probably want to wait till to get to this to about 150. So let's... Is it increasing? No, it's decreasing. 270. To 60. Maybe speed up, but see what's going up to 3. That makes no sense. I don't get that. Every time I go into time warp, it increases the distance. Which is bizarre in itself. Some sort of weird physics thing. Hopefully 1.2 fixes that as well, because I know 1.2 fixes a lot of the calculations to do with orbits and stuff like that. So hopefully things like that are fixed as well. Definitely something that's needed to be fixed. Again, I'm just looking at the... I'm looking at this. I want to get nice and close to it. Alright, 220 now. I'll say, should we say stop at about 150 should be good. 150 meters. That'll be good. There's still 1.6. Bring that onto it. See, so we moved it right, so we're going directly at the thing, at the craft. And okay, that's good enough. Right, let's do it from here now. All right, perfect. Okay, so we control from here. We want to dock to that port over there. Set as target. Now we can bring up our docking thing. And what we want to do is you first gonna turn this around. Oh, jeez, we've used up a lot of... Stop the rotation. So now let's have a look. Take off this. See if we can... First of all, let's bring this kind of, so it's, this is up there, so we kind of like all our measurements are right. So it's kind of right, so there you go, it's kind of, so now it's aligned properly. Right, now we want to move this up to the center to make it I'm going to move this up to the center to kind of get the ports aligned properly. And so we're doing this. All right, so we are bringing this to the center. I mean, again, these are very, very heavy craft. So that's kind of up there. And what? Cool. And There we go, aligned perfectly. Now we also now want to move forward. Oh, did I do that? Did that? But so now that it's there, come on. Really? Gonna be a pain in the ass to me now. Why won't you line up? But I'm just trying to get this thing aligned, and it's not aligning properly. It is kind of annoying. So again, we might need to change something on our design to get this thing, to make it a little bit easier to move. At the moment, it is seriously a pain in the ass. So, and let's see, forward. Forward. There we go, get that. That done. And so this is actually going towards our goal. It's just going at 2 meters per second. You can see what's happening is we've moved our yellow over the pink target area. This is definitely heading towards that center. Give us some more speed. Maybe about 3 meters per second should be fine. And I am just, no, so it is heading towards that. Slowing down. And this is kind of the way you dock. Slow. It's tedious. But you know, as long as you keep this thing aligned, we are definitely moving towards it. And hopefully this will dock. It should dock because the other one docked. So hopefully it won't be too heavy for it. And once we've got this, then we've got the other 2 to do, and then we've got another 3 to do. Yeah, definitely fun time. For the whole family. But usually once you get one done, the others tend to kind of easily. And there we go. We are slowly moving towards it. I'm keeping my speed moving. 290 out of 750. So monoprop is looking good. Power is looking fine. Again, we don't need those solar panels really for very much else. Once it's docked, yeah, batteries become useless. And in case anybody's interested in seeing it from another view, here we go. And again, I don't need the view because I'm just using my instruments. I am just using my instruments. That's kind of all I need. Let me F5 this. Oh. That is jockey port alignment indicator. But you can see I use a combination of that, and I'm actually looking at my nav ball as well. So between the two of them, I've got it pretty much covered. You know, the nav ball tells me I'm going directly towards that target, and docking point alignment indicator tells me how short it is. Now, the way I mean, normally what you'll do with, if you just use docking point alignment indicator, which is what I used to do, is I'd bring that green so that they're both completely stable, but I'd often overshoot. Yeah, nav HUD is another one, which is, there you go. That's nav HUD. So you'll do it via that way. You see, like, kind of, you'll have that like that. But I kind of like it this way, to be honest. Never, I don't know, it's never kind of worked that well for me, to be honest. So let's see. So you can see a better view of what's happening. And again, I am not looking at the visual thing at all. I am purely looking at the nav HUD and stuff like that. Not nav HUD, the docking port alignment thing. Ta-da! Docked. So there we go. We've got one docked. All right, so done. Oh, the camera. Yeah. There is no nearby objects. What the hell? Side boosters. Which two? Now they have. Okay, yeah. There is another one. There's another docking thing which I've never actually tried, which is the camera one. Right now, because it took so long, look what's happened. That is now 13 kilometers distance, and that's unfortunately what happens when you're on different orbits like that. So, what we are now going to do is, let's have a look at this one. We are going to 1, 2, 3, and out. Browser fill those batteries up. Alright, so I'm filling up these batteries. Just need to do I don't need to fill them up completely, although I've got the power to do that, so that's not a problem. But annoying that it takes everything from those batteries straight away. Decouple. Oh shit, I've got to F5 it. And extend this guy. He might as well extend his panels now, even though he's part of this. As long as the panels are extended, they can refuel. You know, refill the batteries. Okay, so now this one. He's got to catch up with this guy, with target. It is 17 kilometers away. So how are we going to do this? We are going to let's have a look. Definitely a higher orbit. That's a problem. Go into a lower orbit. So if we probably head towards the target, that should do it. Should change the orbit a bit. Yeah, at the moment that's so. Activate engine. But now, unfortunately, this is going to be using fuel, so we're going to have to send up afterwards somewhere to fix that fuel. Okay, we're doing this from a distance, so crap, that's now you see what's happened? Totally the wrong thing to do. We should have taken this slowly and gone onto the orbit and move on to a retrograde to drop us below so that it can catch up. So let's do that instead. See, because by burning from too far, we burn towards the target. It changed our orbit, but it's going to like slow us down even more if we don't, you know, use a lot of power to get there, or a lot of fuel to get there. So what we're going to do is we are just going to do this. And we are going to drop our upper axis below it so that it will catch up. That's 101. Let's drop it further, maybe to about, yeah, that's about fine, 96. Okay, so what's going to happen? So at the moment we in the higher orbit, so it's getting away from us. As we go, yeah, we're still in the higher orbit, so it's still racing away from us. But look what's going to happen. As soon as we drop in a lower orbit, we do now we're moving closer to it. Okay. Morning, Mr. Dragons. So again, what we are going to do is we are going to move on to the retrograde of the orbit and change our orbit to just be below it. So we don't have this higher one here anymore. See, that's the problem with going 3, because each one is you're gonna have to do this with each one. However, it's one main launch, so there is that bonus. Again, we're ignoring the target at the moment. We just want to get ourselves into a better position. Okay, so bring that down. Oh, there we go. Okay, so we should be at a lower orbit all the time now. So let's have a look at this. 20, 19, 18. You can see because we're at a lower orbit, we are traveling less distance, therefore we're catching up with it. 15, 13, 12. This guy's falling further and further behind. He's on a higher orbit. 6, 5, 4. There we go. So nice and close now. So now we can forget about the orbit. We can switch over to target. And we are going to make a small adjustment and move towards this target. We've got to move, there you go. And done. So now we are kind of moving towards it. And that would have changed our... That would have changed kind of the orbit velocity a little bit. Yeah. If I hadn't have, I think because I hit the shift by mistake, what happened is the thing started drifting away where they were nice and close and stable. You know, it's but yeah, it's docking is slow when you've got really big craft. You'll see when I've got a smaller craft, simple. It really is quick. With the big crafts, it becomes a really painful thing. So there we go. Look at that. 2, 2, 2. Oh no, I don't want to do that. We want to this. So we can get it and slow it right down. Try not to use my RCS fuel until I actually need to. It's a bit of a problem because these things don't turn very well. These really do not turn very well. And what I'm going to have to do as well is I'm going to have to set up a refueling tank to just top off all the tanks. Because I'm using the fuel that should be used to go to Eve. I'm using it to do the docking, which is a problem. Which one? The new habitat module that Rover Dude's working on at the moment. Yeah, I was watching him the other day. Right yet. That guy does some really nice. Yeah. I asked him yesterday in Twitch if his stuff were going to be 1.2 ready, and he said yep. As soon as 1.2 gets released. Okay, so it's a new one. All right. We are still going towards this. And 340, 30. Now, but I'm going towards this thing. Alright, so F5 and we want to do 30. Okay, that's pretty much close enough. Right, so control from here. We are 200 meters apart now, so all right, now this thing needs to be kind of faced the other way. I wonder, can we move this the other way? Oh, let's see. Right, now where is this other craft? Ah, there it is. Can we actually... Let's see, can we turn this around? No, we really can't. Oh, we can actually. This actually... It's using a lot of delta V's. But it actually is working. Though I'm thinking that's... I'm not going to turn it all the way around. I think I'm just going to... leave it there. So... get into this guy. Alright, so... yes, let's see, what we're going to... we want to make the target at this port over here. Do we know vessel as the target? Leave habitat. Set as target. There you go. That one there. That is your... okay. Now there is our target over there. So what we've got to do is we've got to bring this way back. Got to line them up first of all. That's good enough, right? And then we've got to that. Bring. Whoa. Bring this up. Okay, so we are controlling from here. And we're putting this back. Bit of, so we have to bring it back and then bring it forward, sort of thing. So, yep. Right now, put on that, and we are bring this guy. So it's at least getting close to it. Just going to bring him over there. So it's kind of floating towards that point. A little bit. Okay, so we kind of so it's just floating towards that. We have to get behind it and then come in. Well, we are moving towards the craft, so that's good. And as you can see, this is still red, which means that we are in front of the docking port, which is quite clear. And right. Oh crap. Again. Yeah. Exciting docking. Docking is one of the exciting things of the game. And no, it's not. Not exciting at all. Oh crap, I'm in high speed again. Why is it not there you go. Reset. Oh, finally it's reset. Right. Stop. Now, let's see what's... Alright. Take off that. Really? This thing is not... Oh, that is alternate resource panel. It's the same guy that makes the transfer window planner and a Kerbal alarm clock. Okay. And right, so now go. And we want to really wow, this thing is a pain in the freaking ass. This thing is just not being stable at all. See, look, it's moving the whole time, and I don't know why it's doing that so much. Yeah, it's got, for example, if you'll see when I dock, it's got all the resources from Kerbal Engineer and stuff like that. Okay. That. See, I just don't know why this is being a royal pain in the freaking nuts. It's moved over. It's no longer a pain in the ass. It's a pain in the nuts. I keep getting this on centered, and it keeps moving off it. Which is highly annoying. It should be balanced. Oh, there. Up. Okay, so we are going towards it now. That's kind of good. Yeah, it's definitely moving towards that thing. It's coming in at an angle, but it is moving towards it. Wow, this docking is just really painful. And you can see it, the colored bars up there. So we're definitely moving. Can we just speed this up a bit? Let's see. We need to just move it back. See, this is where things like MechJib, for example, to do the docking for you, comes in handy. Yeah, you just let it do its work, but it doesn't teach you how to dock. It uses up a ton of motor propellant. The amount of motor propellant MechJib uses is scary. It already used 3k fuel. It's getting closer. I'm just a little bit hesitant to use time warp because that normally throws things way out of proportion all the time. What I'm doing is I'm waiting till... And how far is it behind? Not far behind at all. I mean, we are moving away from it, which is fine. We started like way in front. See that the pink bar is kind of getting into the center. So what we could probably start doing is where we 33 meters before, start moving forward. Are we actually moving towards it? There we go. Now we're moving forward towards it. And I can't see where that is. Maybe this one can give me a good idea. Where is it? Right, so so again, I'm just using this guide. And have a look at what's going on. It's a close look. But I am there we go. You see there is our little thing. Close enough now. Bring it a little bit across. Overcompensate a bit so it gets a little bit further. Power. And we are sort of heading towards that dock. 1 meters per second. 3 meters per second. Okay, so getting very close now. Why didn't that... where are we? What are we looking at? Actually very close. I'm gonna use this instrument instead. Done. Painful. Alright, so that's 2. Now for the third one. Wow. It's like difficult work. Alright, and here we go. The last one. So, switch 2. So you got this guy over here. Actually, that anymore. And out. Fill those all up. And what we're doing is we're just filling up the battery charge before we get in the last process. And this one, I'm not sure what we're going to do with this. But 26 delta V, can it actually get back down? I don't know. You can see what happens. Now this has got its little things open, so that's good enough. So it will be able to recharge its batteries, which is kind of the important thing. Use up some of its monopropellant already. Refilling its fuel, which is good. There's no physics lag on this one at all, because that's what's green, because it's not dealing with a big ship anymore. Okay, so that's done, and we can this guy, what we're going to do with this one is, let's send this one onto a deorbit bin. Okay, that's not really a deorbit bin, don't have enough. Alright, so this one, we are going to activate this engine. We are going to turn on SAS. We are going to control from here. We are then going to set the target. That is the EV habitat. We are going to set it as the target. And that's 76 kilometers away. Of course, we're on a higher orbit. So what we want to do is we want to put ourselves on a lower orbit. So we are going to go and just burn a slight retrograde. Oh wow, turnings. So I've just set this thing on a spin. And what's that? That's 100. So we're going to make that to kind of less than 100. Again, this is... what's this? Under an object. 40 days. Must be an asteroid. I've actually never done any of the asteroid missions. That's something I really need to try to do. Alright, and here we go. So turn on. Here's to stop it. And just do a quick time warp. And that stops the movement. Right, and now we are going to bring this perhaps just down to, let's call it, look at, you see it's getting closer there. Let's call it 96. Alright, and yeah, that's I need to actually try figure out how to do that. Oh, this other booster. Oh, it is actually crashing down to Earth. To Kerbin at least. So yeah, finally we're on a lower trajectory of it. Right. So we want to now go to get this guy. Just started it rolling. We want to get it to kind of be on the retrograde to try and drop this other part down. And that way we'll slowly start catching up with it. And again, it's a patience thing. Alright, Getting this ship set up is a lot of work. It definitely... Hey, Gypsy! The craft is taking shape. Right, so we are going to bring this guy down to 105. Make it to kind of 98. Yeah, that's fine. Okay, so small difference. So what's going to happen is now we are just going to happily go around and slowly going to catch up with it. Some parts it's going to catch up, like over here it's going to catch up very little. The other side is going to catch up more. But this way I don't need to kind of do a lot of strange burns and that. This should... It's kind of the patience thing. Yeah, so Gypsy, at the moment I've got 2 of the tanks docked with it. This is the 3rd tank. And then I've got another 3 tanks to go. And then we've got kind of the booster all docked. Then the last step is to send up a sort of a refueler craft to top them up. But that should be easy. Because that would be 1 craft and work quite easily. Oh, so 50, 49. As you can see, I'm slowly catching up with it. But it's amazing, wasn't it? In our docking time, where we were like 2 kilometers apart when our ship started splitting apart. 2 kilometers apart. By the time we finished, we were like 90 kilometers apart. All because there was just slightly fractionally different orbit. 32. I'm gonna catch you. You're trying to run away, but I'm gonna catch you. Can't run away from me. Okay. $14. $13. $12. Okay, 11. 10. 9. 8. How close are we? Yeah, that's about as close as it's going to be before I start getting in front of it. Alright, so now what we can do is in fact yeah, I can maybe do a little bit of that. I can just a little bit of speed. Bring that over. Bring that over. Where is he? Where is he? Ah, 30. Probably a little bit strong, but that will work. And now we are going to move on to the retrograde of the target. Triple launches. I actually managed to get the triple launch working. So it's one launch does 3. So I did manage to do that. So that's good. Yeah, okay, we got the pause as it's loading. Okay, 5, save. Oh, and I'll put in that auto-save thing of yours. It's... I see it is kind of doing that auto-save every 10 minutes. Alright, so let's just push this onto there. This over here. The 88. Oh, we're getting there, we're getting there. But, that's getting a little bit too close. But done. All right, there we go. Nice. So we are. So we are going to control from here. What the hell? Oh, don't do this. Really? Sassy's off. There's no sass on at all. Let's see what happened last time. it gets it. Yeah, it's. I think obviously like a NAND value gets in there, and it just completely screws everything up. Now I hope it didn't destroy it completely. Leave habitat probe. Okay, I might need to sort of reload something. It was perfectly stable. That was kind of annoying. See, now it's stable. No, what actually? Ah, crap. Okay. And here it goes again. And it goes again. I mean, there's absolutely no reason for this. Hey, Fred. It's. Look at this. It's kind of. No. I actually. I don't know what to do with this now. Because there's literally. Everything was built right. And now it starts doing this crazy crap like this. And it's like, what can you do? You know, what can you actually do? Yeah, that's the problem that I often find with Kerbal. When you build really big contraptions and stuff like that, there's stuff like this that happens.
They are out there watching.
Hey, Subject, thanks for the host. Yeah, and again, I mean, right, so if I Alt F5, no, Alt F9. No, so we on rotate. Let's try rotate 10. Rotate 11. Where's rotate 11? Let's see where this, what save this one is on. Wish these things had a proper date to them. Let's have a look. I mean, when we did it last time, everything was fine. There was no problem at all. Okay, so this is the wrong one. So Alt F9. Sorry, cancel. I'm using your save thing, which is nice. Okay, wait. Load. Load save. Might have to exit Kerbal and come back in to solve the problem. Well, it might just exit for me. I think it's about to exit for me. Look at this. Yep. Kerbal is about to crash. Hey!
I love it when you dock on me to lung.
Thanks, Mr. Douglas. Very Douglas. Thank you for that. And no, I will not dock on you. I will not do it. Okay, so let's try rotate 10. Let's see if this one has the problem yet. So what it does is it saves every 10 minutes. But the default is 5 minutes, but I told it to save every 10. So hopefully this does not have the problem. Okay, there you see it's not got the problem. So we can go to the Eve habitat. I had an SAS on the whole time and it was never a problem. So I'm not sure what is going on here.
I hear it's quite explosive.
Mr. Douglas, thank you very much. It is very explosive. At the moment it's quite waggly. Right, see, look at that. Absolutely stable. Absolutely stable. No issue at all. See, no issue. And it's got SAS on. Oh. The waggle's starting. Wow. Stop, stop, stop. Right, so let's see. Okay, so we reckon if we toggle the torque over there, toggle torque over there. Seriously? Toggle torque. Toggle torque. Toggle torque. Okay, so we've got no more toggle torque. Okay, so I've turned off the reaction wheel of everything. Okay. I'm thinking, let me restart the entire game. Yeah, well, there's got to be 6. What if you want to strut between those things? Okay, that might work. I'm seriously thinking of hyper editing this thing up there. It knows how to party, Mr. Douglas. It really does. That is some sick dance moves. I mean, what the hell is going on here? Right, so Alt F9. So this was 10. Rotate 10. I pity you can't pause it and... Can you? Every day I'm shoveling. I wonder if I can do it this way. I mean, it was never an issue. It was never an issue. I had it there with 3 things and I was looking at it saying, oh, look at this. This is so pretty. It's got 3. So, how about, okay, so if I turn off, oh, so I've got no talk over there at all. And there, you see, there it starts. It starts. No, it's starting. What if I turn SAS on? Okay. Let me restart the entire game. I'm going to restart the entire game. Every day I'm suffering because of phantom forces. Well, what I'm going to do is restart the entire game. Because maybe somewhere in Kerbal memory something is screwy. You know, like the amount of things. So, and it's actually a good time. It's a good time to go grab a cup of coffee as well. A very good time to go grab a cup of coffee. I'll restart the game. And we'll see what happens there. If that's a problem, then we'll decouple and try that. So that would be annoying if it is that. Okay, so off we go. Yeah, it is not one of the fun things. Definitely not a fun thing. Oh, the other alternative is to do a hyper edit and just rebuild the whole thing on the ground and send it up. You know, we are building it. It's working, but it's kind of, that's one of the annoying things. Yeah. EVA thrust could help. Anyway, what I'm doing is I'm just going to go grab myself a cup of coffee. I'll be right back. And I am back. Right, so let's have a look. Yeah, the struts is definitely an idea to try. But we have to first have it not moving so we can strut it to make sure that it doesn't move after that. Okay, so resume saved. Mr. Kerbacide. And actually was fine up until the point that let's have a look. Let us have a look. See what happens. Even. Now this thing actually takes a long time to load, doesn't it? The ship. Oh, somebody was asking about that alternate resource panel. See, all the resources are there, including see, an SAS is on. And that looks stable. Look at that. Absolutely stable. Oh! Oh, the blue ones, they stage. So with this you've got a lot of different like visual properties. Styling visuals. No, it would be staging controls. So it's got some like little extra what is it? Configure resource settings. Oh, there we go. I believe that is the stage. Hidden resources. Show time remaining. Place display. Alright. I know. It doesn't make any sense. I've docked with it. It was fine. It is definitely this guy. He's grabbing onto my ship. Hold on. The Kraken. I have SAS on the Dockcraft. All of them have SAS. And I've tried disabling it. So all right, let's have a look. Let's have a look. So what we are doing is we did this. We took that, we disabled talk. A reaction wheel is disabled. Reaction wheel is disabled. Reaction wheel is disabled. See there, it's a little bit. Okay, so you know what I'm going to do? Oh, okay. What do you reckon? We reckon we send up a Kerbal to strut the stuff? Oh, I don't want to do this whole thing again. I really don't want to do this whole thing again. I can't even pause it to do resources. Right, so we've disabled the wheels. Now we're going back into it. In other words, it's reloading it again. Okay. Got that core. Stable torque. That core. That core. Okay, whoa. Okay, so I disabled all the torque. All the reaction wheels of those things are disabled. I mean, there should be no reason for this happening. None at all, no. Reaction wheels are disabled. Those are disabled. Never used HyperEdit before, but I'm starting to think that maybe I should just HyperEdit this thing in. Crash this one and just HyperEdit the whole thing in. So all those cores are disabled. No, but the torque is disabled. So it's got no torque at all. You see, if you look, there you go. See? Reaction wheels disabled. That. Reaction wheels disabled. Oh, the balance is normal, but you can switch to SAS and stuff like that. Okay. I'm done. I can't deal with this if it's... This is not right. There's something seriously wrong with this program. We're doing this. It just makes no sense. Why is this doing this? Besides, it's this guy. Look at him. Playing with my craft. Yes, I'm gonna eat it. Yum, 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 yum. Delicious. We are expecting a slight turbulence. Alright, so let's try. Okay, so let's try. Was it 13? See if 13's got it. Hopefully 13 hasn't started the dance yet. And all those stuff are kind of disabled. Alright. I think the Kraken made you sound like a robot. No, it's not true. Guys. Alright, so we're going back here. Oh no, my CPU load is fine. My CPU load has no issues at all. What version are you on? I'm on 113. Now I know some of the calculations are fixed. Okay, see, look. Everything looks good. See, this is what I'm saying. Everything looks good here. And now it's starting. F5. Again. Everything is looking good. And you see the, I can see it starting. I think I can see it starting. Oh, gimbal. Okay, so gimbals are off. Too many objects. And there it goes. Turn your gimbal off. Okay. So, I have an idea. Now, somebody mentioned struts. So let's give that a go. If we can try. Wasn't there a slider for physics in Alt F12? Now the problem is my Alt F12, because I've got this. Oh, I could disable that quickly. Let's just try this. Now, how do you turn this stupid thing off? It keeps coming on, but I don't want it on. It keeps. Oh, I know how. I know how. Exit. Oh, I see this G-force thing. No, go away. I want you to switch off completely. How do you switch off completely? This is the problem with this thing. I can't turn this stupid thing. Everything is off, but it's still on. Because it's got my Control Alt. Okay, okay. Maybe that will. Really? Oh, no way. Just now, I want the FPS meter. That's the problem. Can I exit this? Okay, it just killed my Kerbal. How annoying. But maybe let's try it now. And yes, the NVIDIA stuff is junk, but it's instead of installing fraps to see the FPS. I see, I fucking closed it. You bastard, I closed you. Now, unfortunately, the problem is it installs automatically. So you say install the driver, and it decides, oh, it's going to install the GeForce experience as well, because you should have it. The other thing I can do is I could probably kill it in the control panel. That might work. But yeah, it's I actually enjoyed in Star Citizen. I always got in the top left hand corner. I've got the FPS meter up there. I don't want to install fraps or stuff like that. Although I can run Star Citizen through Steam. That would work. Here we go. It's okay. So, Kerbacide. Yeah, but the driver screws me up royally as well. With Windows Anniversary Update. Windows Anniversary Update, best update never. Okay, so what do you say with physics? Body lift meter. Okay, so that's drag, thermal. Where are you seeing it with physics? Let's go up to that craft. Now, I mean, I can send a Kerbal up to strut the thing. Yeah, there you go, Livid. That's the problem. Windows 10 Anniversary Update just screwed up absolutely everything, and it continues to screw up everything. It knows best. Okay, so our gimbals are off. We have no gimbals on. We have no SAS on. There, you see there, it's starting. It's starting. Torque is disabled. Reaction wheel. Oh. Reaction wheel is disabled. Okay, so the action wheels are all disabled. The torque of the action wheels is disabled. So there is absolutely nothing I can do about this. The only thing I can think of is bringing a Kerbal up. Alright, so how about Control from here. Yep, there it goes again. You see, now the problem is, I might want to strut this. So let's see, have a look here. Undock. And control from here. Target. Right, yes. Hey Kevin, 1080p, we are dealing with Krakens at the moment. Yeah, I know this is not kind of... They are definitely dealing with the Krakens. Oops. Oh, this thing. Okay, so see how it's stable. It's not actually moving at all. The other ship. So maybe Kevin HD. So maybe it's there. Okay, so Alt F5. I'm going to call this Dock 3. Eve Dock 3. Okay, so that's 3 of them docked. And look at that, it's stable. There doesn't seem to be any problem here at all. And that's what I had before. No problem. But I'm afraid if I go out and come back here, it's going to start going wild. So what do you reckon? You reckon I should bring up a Kerbal to start strutting everything together? To actually strut these guys together to make sure that everything... Problem with the struts is when you undock, will it break the strut? That's the important part. Don't know if it will. Yeah, it's stable. So, let's have a look. East side boosters probe, leave habitat, nuclear vessel. Alright, so let's have a look at this. Right, so he's still far away from it. Okay. That's fine. So let's switch to this one. And let's see what happens. Why is it working now?
Welcome to the alien
Hey,
army.
Putzbert! Why is it working now? So welcome to the alien army, Mr. Putzbert. Oh, there it goes. There it goes. Okay. So... what am I thinking? What am I thinking? I'm thinking that it is time for Kerbals to go to work. Let's try strutting it atmospheric style. Right, so what we are going to do is we are going to put some Kerbals up there. They are going to have let's see, Kerbals. He's gonna have that. Let's go. You could tame the Kraken. Oh, this Kraken, I don't know if I can. I'll try, but I don't know if I can because this Kraken is. It's very annoying at this particular time. But I'll try. Okay, so what am I doing? What am I doing? Got that there. Alright, now we don't want this craft to run away. So, what we are going to do... Ah! Where are you? Where are you, Mr. Croft? I know you're around here. Oh, would it be under robotic parts? No, it wouldn't. Would it be under EVA items? No, not under EVA items. I'm sure it's under utilities. Let's try. Right. Winch. It's only a small one. How about Okay, oh, that actually works. And give it a little grappling hook. Oh, where'd it go? Okay, so we've got our little winch, we've got our little grappling hook. Okay, so we've got, okay, so we are, pretty much what we're doing over here is we're doing a little craft that is going to go up there and it is going to, yeah, give ourselves a thingamabob with a whatchamacallit and add doohickeys to the thingamajig. Okay? Makes perfect sense, doesn't it? So, let's see, we got, where's containers? It's a big container. That's alright. Inside the container, we'll have lots and lots of struts. Where are you? Oh, struts, there you are. Wow. You can't stack these. Well, it's gonna be an interesting one. What we might have to do is we might need to undock the one, begin the strut, then dock it. And okay, so now we've got fleet inventory 1. Alright, so he's gonna have 2 struts. Give him 4 struts. Let's see, seat. I'll just make sure our Kerbals are all. Hey, we've got lots and lots and lots of struts. We're not going to need all these struts, but I want to make sure that the Kerbals, yeah, because last time we tried to do something in space, the parts ran away from us. wasn't good. And they're kind of still floating away. So definitely need those. What else do they need? Tacos. That's important. Kerbals need their tacos. EVA canisters. Sure. Gonna have those. Alright, and there we go. Oh, and the last thing, important for every Kerbal to have explosives. There is no reason for it. But that's where we're going. Alright, and then we are gonna give ourselves a fuel tank. We are gonna give ourselves an engine. We're going to give ourselves an engine? If I can find the engine. Ah, there's the engines. Right. Now, while we work in space, we are going to need some power. So let's just give ourselves some batteries. Give ourselves kind of a lot of batteries, but why not? We are also going to give ourselves some cells. Then we are also going to give ourselves where is it? Yeah, what's this? Motor propellant, that's 12. That's 150. Should we give ourselves some motor propellant? Because that's what all the cool kids do. And let's give ourselves some sort of control. And that would be with this guy. And let's see. And there is a perfect spot for control. Right there. Ta-da! Done. And we do like that. Go. Alright, so this is our little Strutcraft. Wow, that's lots of Delta V's. And now we need to get this guy into the air. And we shall do so by using a rockets. What a surprise! Turbo and rockets. Oh, not you. You're too small. Oh, go away. You're too small. Yes, you nice and big. And we are going to this just feels mainsail. Okay. Yeah, mainsail. It just feels so wrong. This feels just wrong. And you know why it feels wrong? It's such a small rocket. Look at it. It's terrible. This is actually terrible. It doesn't feel like a proper Kerbal rocket. I don't know. Kind of embarrassing, this rocket. Right, so you know what? We are going to send Valentina. Bill's going to do the work. Bill's going to do the work. And they've got this, they've got that. Everything looks good. Our door is not obstructed. Yep, that is fine. Alright, so this is gonna go, we call this the Eve Strutter. Alright, so this is the Eve Strutter. And the Eve Strutter is pretty much going up there to deliver struts. That's what it's doing. It is going to be strutting things like they've never been strutted before. So we're going to launch. Yeah. I just hope the thing stays together long enough for us to actually strut it together. It's really rude if it doesn't stay along for us to do that. Okay, so where is he? Eve Habitat. There you are. Okay, so Mr. Eve Habitat. Let's right, there is fine. Right, and now we are doing this. Now, who was it? Lucy Lulu, are you still here? Because what we're doing is we're just going to launch this now. So we go full throttle and get a nice little takeoff. And what we're going to do, we go straight up till we get to about 60. This is how you do your launches. And then you do a nice little swift turn to there. And it should just automatically fall over. You just follow the prograde of it, and that is kind of the gravity turn. If you just hit prograde there, it should actually sort of keep that falling action going. And what you've got, and that's how you pretty much launch your craft. So what you want to do is about 10-15 kilometers you want to be at 45 degrees, and that will usually give you, oh, that's not going well at all. You want to, that will usually give you a kind of efficient launch, doing it that way. Yeah, we're sending up guys to strut. Undocking definitely seemed to fix it up until we docked again. So kind of 3 was the sort of limit. Okay, so it's not the best launch, but it works. Oh wow. I think I might have made this rocket a little bit wrong. Oh, let's get into one. Let's get into one. Okay. Oh, so we just getting this up. We're sending the A team to fix things. We are definitely sending the A team to fix things. And what they're going to do is they're going to try and put some struts on this thing. And so our orbital speed is increasing. Our height is increasing. Although our height climb is slowing down, definitely. Oh, so we are hitting space. That's good. We want to get to about 100, of course. He doesn't like to fly. We actually knocked him out. He's in the container. He's actually holding all the struts. Because he's got a bad attitude and he doesn't like to deal properly with the other Kerbals. It's B.A. Kerman. And honestly, he's got a very silly haircut. Yeah, this is Jeb Murdoch Kerman. He's a bit of a nutcase. Bill Kerman enjoys smoking cigars, and he always has a plan. And he loves it when his plans come together. Oh, and Bob Kerman, he's the guy that all the chicks swoon over. So he's the one that actually got Valentina Kerman into the program. Right, so I remember the A-Team as I always watched it as a kid. You know, the actual TV series, not the movie. And yeah, because I enjoyed building things, and the A-Team had that. They were building things every week. We're in space, so we are going to extend these panels. And it's who doesn't know? Yeah, the A-Team. Yeah, it was. When was that on? I'm just trying to think when that was actually on TV. That was like long ago, wasn't it? If I was a kid and watching it, and it was the A-Team. It was Knight Rider with Kit. The 80s. Yep. Right, so 20 seconds and they bought tanks out of lawnmowers. It's like these guys could make weapons of mass destruction, and yet not a single person would get a scratch on them. That was really impressive. I mean, they were such experts in explosives and stuff like that. They would blow up 20 cars with people in the middle of them, and the people would walk away without a scratch. It was the most impressive demolition I've ever seen. I mean, imagine if those guys actually wanted to hurt people. But then again, they were soldiers of fortune. Yeah, the government betrayed them. Yes. Wow. Yep. Okay, so that's the AN. What I'm going to do is I am going to put another node here. I'm going to move it to the AM. That's there. First things, I am going to get us into the kind of right plane. Second thing is I need to slow ourselves down a bit. So I am going to boost that. 101. Oh no, boost. To 108. Yeah, that should be fine. Okay, so there's a tiny little burn. That will fix that. Dukes of Hazzard. I remember Dukes of Hazzard. With, what's the other one? Oh! The $6 Million Man. You remember the $6 Million Man? MacGyver? Hey, I'm eating chewing gum. It's like it looks like plastic explosive. Maybe I can make it into plastic explosive. All I need is the wrapper. Oh, but okay. Who remembered this one? The man from Atlantis. Airwolf was another one. Come on, which one of you remembers the man from Atlantis? With I don't know his name, but it was Bobby from Dallas. Because I remember that. I remember watching that as a kid, and trying to swim with that, wavy swim. Yeah, that was. Never saw the man from Atlanta. Really. He had gills, and he swam underwater really, really fast. Oh, Miami Vice. Yep, that was another one. Am I? Is that a good thing or a bad thing? Alright, there we go. Okay, so this is now in the right plane, and we are just going to catch up with this guy. Or at least not catch up, we are going to slow down. Poor guy. I don't know if I remember that one. Yeah, but I'm an old cranky bastard. That's my claim to fame. I was around where overclocking your PC meant actually soldering on different crystals onto your motherboard. For the new clock speeds. Yes, you had to solder stuff onto your motherboard. Right, so how are we going? 16. Alright, so yeah, that's about good enough. Right, so sorry gun. No, but remember, we talking about back in the days of the 386 and that sort of stuff. The motherboards, you could actually hand solder everything. Alright, so what we're going to do is we are going to slow down our speed to the target. How easy this is to control. It's like such a pleasure. Slow down our speed to the target to be there, and then we're going to move directly at the target. Oh, and do you remember the Amiga? Any of you remember the Amiga computer? Oh, they had mod files for music. The music on the Amiga was in mod files. Yeah, no, I have from an XT, 4.77 megahertz. Read it and weep, biatches. 4.77 megahertz, and I had.
They are out there watching.
Thanks for the host, Great Gamer. And I had a whole megabyte of RAM. An entire megabyte of RAM. And you know what? I used imem.sys and quem to access all that RAM. And yeah, Sinclair Spectrum. It was amazing what you could do with a megabyte of RAM in those days. Oh, and the other thing I did was I wrote. Do any of you remember Norton Commander? The original Norton Commander, where you've got two panels, and you could copy files from one to the other and stuff like that. And it was all because everything was DOS based. So the old Norton Commander, I went and rewrote that entire thing in assembler, in x86 assembler. So, and it was literally like, it took what was it like? I think it was like 5 or 10K. That's how much space that whole program took up. 5 or 10K, and it had pop-up windows and things like that. Yeah, so I wrote that in assembler. It was so freaking fast. It was great. It was actually for a or like a uni project type thing. So yeah, I've been in computers for a while. I mean, built my own things. I used to run a BBS. You guys know what a BBS is? That's where you actually used a modem to dial into other computers.
Overlord, they are out there.
Hey, Bloody Eagle, thanks for the host. Midnight Commander, yep. Wow, this is kind of like the becoming the. You know what this reminds me of? South Park. Member berries. Remember when we used to have... I love South Park. It's awesome. So, slow ourselves right down. And see, now the problem that we've got now. Okay, so I'm going to F5 this. Oh shit. Let me F5 this. Okay, so the problem that we've got is as soon as I get into range of it, it's going to start its funny little waggly job, I think. That's going to be an issue. So, let's see. So there we go. It's doing this load. And I think by the time I get to it, it's going to have wrecked itself. Oh yeah, I've got so many things floating in orbit. It's kind of scary. Whoop. And let's slow us right down. Okay, and let's... Okay. Right, so we are going to... Oh, I haven't even used my RCS yet. Just looking to see if it's... Yeah. Okay, so you are going to undock. Right, so that will... Yeah, we are trying to fix our... We are trying to fix our little project. And... Oh, crap. Yeah, because we've got a problem. We've got a serious problem with our craft. It's doing Mr. Waggles. And Mr. Waggles is very annoying. Actually, you know what I'm going to do? Let's do it like this. Let's just... I know I've got no docking port on this thing. However, let's set that as the target. Hey, it's a lever. Look, there. Too late. Even though I undocked it, it blew itself apart. Yeah. So... I honestly don't know what to do with this thing. Oh, you like paladins. It's good, isn't it? Oh, stop it, retrograde. So now do we want to go, is it down? Alright, so let's have a look. Turn this thing. Oh, there we go. Oak one. Oh! The original name of that was Star Control. Star Control, I remember that. Loved Star Control. Right, so yeah, I know this is kind of, this seems like it's a weird way of docking, but I'm trying to do something different. And I am doing this completely wrong. It's docked. Okay, and oh gooey. See this. The cool thing with this is that now it's actually docked. So, oh crap! That one isn't docked. That one isn't docked. Oh, what the hell? And eject. And take off sass. Right, there we go. And slowly. Okay, that should be alright. Alright, so now. So it's sort of docked. All right, Mr. Bill Kerman, our engineer. Let go. Wow, look how big these tanks are for poor Bill. And you are going to. Oh wait, it's tab. You are going to. Come down. And you are going to do this. You're going to do like this. You are going to press 5. You are going to H. Then you are going to come here. You are going to press 6. You are going to H. Right there. And you're going to take this. Link. And link. There we go. That's one strap done. Alright, and then you are going to... Now, that one's completely broken apart, which... I don't know what to do with that now. So annoying. Alright, so let's see now. You're going to do number 7. You are going to H. You are going to 8. Right, so yeah, so it would be 7 would be that one. And we're going to do number 8. Oh crap, no. Yeah. Alright, so I mean, that would be the way we would build it. Is as the other ones dock, we would pop those things on and strut them up. But I'm getting a little bit annoyed with this thing, building it like this. So what I'm thinking is to just say, screw this whole thing. We can build it, but this one's now broken, so we have to set up another one. I'm just thinking, screw this whole thing and just use hyper edit and bring the whole thing up into the air. I mean, you've seen me build it. So I'm just, I'm at a stage where I say, this is taking way too long now. What do you guys reckon? Anybody want to do the sort of cheat that way? I see, look at this. Now, this is disconnected. Why is it disconnected? It doesn't make any sense. Think? We had a connection and I don't know why it disconnected. Link. A portable strike cannot be linked to another vessel. We're not another vessel. Oh, and there you go. You see it's broken off. You see it's broken off now. Oh, is it? Oh, shit, yeah. Yeah, I'm seeing drop frames. Lots of drop frames. Right, be right back. I'm just going to stop and restart.